Because he doing something with the fucking camera. Like, god damn, bro.
You ain't got something to say. Just like a fucking woman. You got an excuse for everything.
Just like fucking you. Shit.
Never
Fucking. Oh, fuck.
Unless they haven't reached us yet.
You over here acting like you don't know how to put the fucking shit up to 10.
Unless they're here, we haven't recognized them. Or unless they're dormant, waiting for something to trigger them. We'll explore those possibilities soon. But first, we need to understand how berserkers would hunt.
Zoomer's on 5.
In the vastness of space. Let's talk about detection.
What are you doing, bro? You act like you don't know how to play 2K, bro. It's not. Nah, it ain't no 2K low. Fuck you talking about? It's just 2K.
Fucking scream at me. Or you can throw the fucking controller away and go home. It's in the game now. Stop it with the attitude. Stop it.
You doing stupid shit.
Nathan, stop what I said. I'm your fucking dad. It's a fucking game. I'm getting stupid over no fucking game.
The primary task, the reason you exist. You need to search this system for life. And if you find any, you need to eliminate it. But space is vast. A single star system is incomprehensibly large. Even our solar system, which we think of as our neighborhood, spans billions of miles. How do you search something that big?
Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. It's the Chicago Bulls taking on the Boston Celtics. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Rodman is out there with Pippen. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Michael Jordan. And it's Gilmore in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Jordan. This one for three.
Nah, what the fuck did you do? Nah, what the fuck did you do to the settings, bro?
That shit again?
My nigga, there's no beams under our feet. We can't see our feet.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Nah, you're not doing that shit to me. I don't play like
The
that.
game is already fucking booted up. I don't give a fuck about what's not in the game and what's in the game. We just playing.
There's no circles under my feet. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know who I'm passing. You bugging. You bugging. I'm not playing like that with you.
Any berserker with radio receivers in range would
What the fuck is your problem? This is why people don't like you, bro.
Yeah, you said that last time you.
No, it's for real. This is why people in your job everywhere don't like you, bro. Because you just want to be an asshole.
Fucking go off on me like that? Okay.
Becomes waste heat, radiating into space.
Fuck.
A sufficiently advanced
How the fuck you just do that shit to the settings like that? Like you think I wasn't gonna look at that shit? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Keep your fucking thoughts to yourself,
You fucking idiot.
Yes, I'm a fucking idiot.
Something's producing excess heat.
A big one, yo. You're a fucking baby, man.
Think about that when your fucking ass is hungry.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Well, don't.
I really don't.
I don't give a fuck either. Bye.
Cause you're a fucking asshole whenever you get good and ready, son. And it's always when you least expect it. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's always like you've been like that since the beginning of time, bro. What the fuck?
Stop coming over here. Stop it.
Maybe that is what you really fucking want.
Yes, maybe that is. Since you keep putting it out there.
It ain't putting shit. You just do fucking stupid fucking shit.
They turn the fucking shit.
Fucking retard. Fuck, man.
Fear is using artificial light.
Fucking. What the fuck was that? We playing fucking basketball with no fucking circles? No fucking circles under our feet so we know who we are? What the fuck is wrong with you?
You can get the fuck out of here.
Examine surfaces up close. Just needs to scan.
You fucking dumbass, man. I swear to God. God made a dumb nigga like you.
For structure.
I swear, man.
That doesn't sound like natural measures for it.
I fucked up. That's a fucking nigga jerking your ass.
So guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them. No trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
So now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed. Are you hiding?
Used car shopping is terrifying. Get over me.
I'm always here to help.
Then show me,
Don't
Garfield.
respond to this thing. Sorry, I'm not saying that shit. It's your fucking
For me,
stuff.
I'm telling you great deals at Carfax.com. Depends keeps you drier than ever. So you can say yes to more than ever. Yes. No. Depends. The only thing stronger than us is you.
Dupixent continuously works to improve fitness. Next. So game days are girls' days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for
So
sudden
when you
breathing
bad enough,
problems.
you ain't got
Some
no
people
fucking
felt their asthma
keys.
symptoms improving as
Now
well.
he can't play with no fucking circles.
Severe
Fucking
allergic
hell no.
reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for fix. Tongue
Yeah,
or throat
whatever,
swelling,
man.
wheezing, or trouble
Yeah,
breathing.
whatever,
Tell your
man.
doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like
Whatever,
rash,
man.
chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark colored urine,
You
tingling,
ain't
or
hurting me.
numbness.
Where's your
Tell your
sister?
doctor
You
if there
hurting
were
me.
worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pains, or parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
This beautiful mother of two who's brutally murdered. She could see her mother. Yes.
What evidence can you point to that shows that you're innocent?
So that's if you gave us $20 for $50.
New at 11 in just hours from now, Ronald Hicks is set to become the new leader of the New York Archdiocese. What we're already learning about the new Archbishop. A new video of a wild crash into an airport terminal.
Appreciating art takes time, but so does laundry. We'll take the laundry. You take your time.
For a century, getting more visible every year.
It's time to be great.
The question is,
I'm taking on RMS with Priyanka. Briumvi is a prescription medication for adults with relapsing forms of multiple sclerosis. Briumvi is different. It's the only B-cell therapy approved for RMS that is given in 1 hour, twice per year. Don't take Briumvi if you've got a life-threatening allergic reaction to it or have hepatitis B. Your doctor should test for Hep B before treatment. If you've had it, it will cause serious liver problems or death. Briumvi can cause serious side effects, including infusion reactions. Some may require hospitalization. Briumvi may cause liver problems, increase your risk of infections, and decrease in antibodies. Some infections may be life-threatening. Signs of infection include fever, chills, constant cough, or painful urination. PML, a rare brain infection that may be fatal or cause severe disability, can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or plan to become pregnant, as it's unknown if Briumvi will harm your unborn baby, or if you have symptoms of infections, liver problems, and about your medical conditions, medications, and vaccines. Ask your doctor if Briumvi is right for you.
Appreciating art takes time, but so does laundry. We'll take the laundry. You take your time. It's time to be great.
they're spreading toward us, but they haven't arrived yet. We're in a relatively quiet.
What was both of them? Yet not at the same time. So it's still bad, though, right? Depends. Was it bad? Actually, it was pretty much which one? Both. Yeah, got the instant pulled up. Certified hot. The thing is, I haven't felt something real with anyone since Tommy. Now I have two ins. What'd you get? Did you stop telling people about your life choices? Wow, she is really hot. Yeah, people try to surprise her. Yeah, she just always go with the flow. You know, she's a surfer. She's always Mrs. Bain is like this witty, intellectual, culture. She cooks for me. They both know the same old lady from space. How we meet sister. They both know the same old lady. Let's see. This picture from history. Brunch with Bobby. And on hers, world's greatest Bobby. Why did they know the same old lady? Because they have the same Bobby. Well, it's a coincidence, right? Bobby is a term of endearment. It is. For grandma. For their family. No, don't know that. Nothing like a Williams family vacation. It's also great. You notice the last names. When would I ask their last name? Usually before you sleep with someone. So, Just like a sister. No, she doesn't have a husband. She has a brother. And I bonded with him because we both had history. You bonded with his sister. Dating a brother or sister. At least they're not twins. Do we know that? You know what? No, it's fine. This is not sad. There's tons of gray area in modern love. It's like modern. Pills, medieval. Your son's two. Come on. They're just close siblings, right? Like Martha and Greg. Johnny and Marie. Raggedy Ann and Andy. Wait, don't drag Andy into this. You know what you need to do. You need to break it off. With both of them.
Imagine soft, metallic,
Hey, Sue.
Hey.
You got a second? For you always, let me just finish this sentence. Thanks. You know, you got a lot going on. Yeah, they made me type it all into these godforsaken after-action reports. As if captain a firehouse wasn't enough. There's an essay portion. I'm sorry. I'm venting. No, it's good. We can be honest with each other. It's uncomfortable. Make you uncomfortable? No. Not at all. I'm still trying to figure out how to be the boss, you know? Stay strong for the team, but be real with you guys. I know the feeling. It's easier for you. You're stronger than any of us. Anyway, sit down. Let's talk. It's not going to get any quieter.
maybe, or a fragment of a planet.
That's the prize.
Some wondered, could it be artificial?
We'll pick this up later.
Something else. We watched it for a few weeks, analysed what data we could, and then it left.
Because just how easy it was to get started. When it comes to my smile, there's only one clear liner that I trust: Invisalign.
Just past
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're also one of America's largest financial services companies. Like he's so much more than Saquon Barkley.
I'm also Stay Calm Barkley.
just rock.
Stress out. I'll never remember
Uncertainty is part of the problem. Possibility. This is perhaps the
Weed-infested organic alfalfa.
berserkers have a strategy, not just mindless destruction, calculated elimination. Maybe they wait until their civilization reaches a certain threshold, until they've developed enough technology to be worth eliminating, but not enough to defend themselves effectively. Until what true character will be costly, obvious, and still vulnerable. When the small strike becomes a fire, technological instinct detected, intuition fast enough to survive this freedom. Watching the prey grow, waiting for the right moment. The uncomfortable truth.
There is no way.
Uncertainty. We don't know if berserkers exist. We don't know if they're here. We don't know if they're coming. And that not knowing is its own kind of terror. Because if they are real, the silence isn't comforting. The absence of evidence isn't evidence of absence. It might just mean we haven't looked in the right place yet.
To carry the bulk of the Yankees' expectations to become its next great superstar. With 77 home runs across his foot.
Think about what the berserker hypothesis means for the Fermi paradox. The great silence. Civilizations. Essence. Could this actually explain why the universe seems so empty? Let's return to the original question. What has started all this? Where is everybody? Enrico Fermi's question of lunch in 1950. The question that has haunted us ever since. This is so old, so vast, so full of stars and planets and opportunities for life to arise. We should see evidence of other civilizations everywhere, other structures, radio signals, expanding spheres of colonization, fingerprints of intelligence on cosmic scale. Yet, nothing. The great silence. We've explored various explanations. Maybe life is rare, maybe intelligence is rare. If these civilizations destroy themselves before they can spread, maybe they're all hiding. The Berserker hypothesis offers a different answer. The dark cloud. What if civilizations are layers? What if intelligence didn't develop, technology didn't advance, species didn't reach for the stars? What if they just didn't survive long enough for us to notice? Think of berserkers as a galactic cooling system. Life arises, evolves, eventually on some worlds it becomes technological, starts broadcasting, starts changing its environment in detectable ways. And that's when the berserkers notice. A civilization might have a few hundred years, maybe a few thousand, to become detectable and eliminated. That's not long enough to spread across the galaxy. Long enough to build the megastructures we'd see from thousands of light years away. Not long enough to become truly resilient, distributed across multiple star systems. Just long enough to announce their presence. And then, silence. The berserkers move on. The star system is sterilized. And from the outside, it looks empty, lifeless, as if nothing was ever there. This would explain the Fermi paradox perfectly. Not because civilizations are rare, but because they're temporary. They bloom briefly, a few thousand years of technological civilization, and then they're cut down, over and over, across the galaxy, across billions of years. The timing problem solved. One of the puzzles of the Fermi paradox is the timing question. If intelligent life is common, if it arises naturally given enough time, then why don't we see ancient civilizations? Species that became technological millions or billions of years ago.
Early birds, a lot of the dinosaurs that needed a lot of food, the big ones, they just couldn't weather it out for all those years.
If we pay attention to it, one other event provides a lesson in carbon dioxide absorption in the oceans, the Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum.
The Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum, which is a mouthful, we usually call it PTM, was a very abrupt, short warming event that happened about 55 million years ago. Atmospheric temperatures rose by 5 to 8 degrees, and what's interesting is that it's actually one of the biggest mass extinctions in the deep ocean. And that's unusual because usually living conditions in the deep ocean are quite constant, and we much more rarely see big mass extinctions there. So what we know is that this event was caused by a massive release of carbon into the atmosphere. There's still some controversy about where this carbon came from. It might have been enhanced volcanism, it might have been methane hydrates, but certainly this release happened fast on a geological timescale. Now we know
The very video you are watching right now, the info hazard. An info hazard is a piece of information that can cause physical harm to the knower simply by being possessed. We usually think of knowledge as power, or as a neutral tool, but in a simulation or a dark forest, knowledge can be a beacon that attracts danger. Let us return to the simulation hypothesis for a moment. If the simulation is designed to test how civilizations evolve in ignorance, then a civilization that figures out it is in a simulation becomes a spoiled dataset. Imagine a computer program designed to simulate the stock market. If the virtual traders inside the program suddenly realize they are codes and start trying to hack the algorithm, the programmer has to delete them and restart the program to get clean data, by logically deducing the existence of the trap. By solving the Fermi paradox, we might be raising a red flag in the system's error logs. There is a thought experiment often whispered about in rationalist circles, which we will not name directly to avoid triggering algorithmic suppression. That suggests that a future superintelligence might punish those who knew about its potential existence, but did nothing to help bring it about. Similarly, if there are grabby aliens or dark forest hunters monitoring the galaxy, they might not be looking for radio waves. They might be monitoring the informational complexity of a planet. A civilization that understands the dark forest theory is infinitely more dangerous than a civilization that is naive. A naive civilization shouts into the void and can be easily destroyed. A civilization that knows about the hunters goes silent, builds stealth weaponry, and prepares for a first strike. Therefore, the hunters might have a protocol to preemptively destroy any species that reaches the philosophical threshold of understanding the paradox. By watching this, by understanding the logic of the trap, you are effectively downloading a virus into your own mind that marks you as a potential threat to the cosmic order. We are raising our hands in a classroom where the teacher kills anyone who knows the answer. The silence of the universe might be the result of a mechanism that automatically deletes any species that gets close to the truth. Moving from the theoretical to the intensely practical, we must confront the fact that humanity is currently engaged in a reckless experiment that violates every survival instinct discussed in the dark forest theory. This is the controversy surrounding METI, Messaging Extraterrestrial Intelligence. While SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, is passive listening, METI is active shouting, in 1974, we used the Arecibo radio telescope to blast a high-power message towards the globular cluster M13. The message contained our location, a graphic of a human being, the structure of our DNA, and the chemical composition of Earth. We essentially sent a menu and a map to the stars. At the time, we thought this was a noble gesture of peace. But in light of the theories we have analyzed, the grabby aliens, the berserker probes, the dark forest, this act looks indistinguishable from suicide. Prominent scientists, including Stephen Hawking and David Brin, have argued passionately that we should stop transmitting immediately. Hawking famously compared the arrival of advanced aliens to the arrival of Columbus in the Americas, pointing out that the encounter did not turn out well for the Native Americans. If the grabby aliens model is correct, sending a signal is like lighting a flare in a dark room filled with gunpowder. If the dark forest model is correct, it is like a gazelle screaming in the middle of the savannah to attract lions. And yet, there is no global law preventing it. Any country, or even a private billionaire with a powerful enough transmitter, can decide to speak for the entire human race. We are gambling the existence of every person who will ever live on the assumption that aliens are nice. This is a bet with infinite downside and very limited upside. Best case scenario, we learn some new science. Worst case scenario, the atmosphere is incinerated. The fact that we are still transmitting suggests that we have not truly internalized the horror of the Fermi paradox. We are like a toddler wandering onto a highway, convinced that the cars will stop because we are cute. The silence of the universe is a warning sign that we are ignoring at our own peril. Let us pause and synthesize the mathematical weight of what we have discussed. We need to understand just how improbable your existence is right now. If we take the rare Earth variables, the probability of a stable star, a planet in the habitable zone, a stabilizer moon, a shield giant, plate tectonics, and a magnetic field, and multiply them together, the odds of a habitable planet are 1 in billions. If we take the biological variables, the probability of abiogenesis, life from dead matter, and the probability of endosymbiosis, complex life from simple life, the odds drop by trillions. If we take the great filter of survival, avoiding nuclear war, asteroid impacts, and climate collapse, the odds drop even further. And if we take the ontological variables, the probability that you are a real biological being and not a Boltzmann brain or a simulation, the odds become infinitesimal. You are the result of a winning streak that has lasted for 13.8 billion years. Every single one of your ancestors, from the first self-replicating molecule in the primordial soup, to the fish that crawled onto land, to the small mammal that hid from the dinosaurs, managed to survive long enough to reproduce, not a single link in that chain was broken. In a universe that is constantly trying to freeze you, burn you, dissolve you or erase you, you are still here. This realization should not make you feel small. It should make you feel heavy. It implies that you are the repository of an immense amount of survival data. The universe has invested billions of years of trial and error to produce a mind capable of understanding the concept of its own demise. The Fermi paradox is not just a question about aliens. It is a mirror. When we look into the dark and see nothing, we are forced to look at ourselves and realize that we are the only candle flame that we know of. This fragility gives us a mandate. If we are the only ones, then we do not have the luxury of nihilism. We do not have the permission to give up. Because if we die, the universe doesn't just lose a species, it loses its ability to think. We are now standing at the most critical juncture in the history of our planet. We are the first generation of humans to fully understand the threats we face, and we are likely the last generation that will have the chance to solve them. We are transitioning from a Type 0 civilization, dependent on dead plants for energy, to a Type 1 civilization, capable of harnessing the full power of our planet. This transition is the most dangerous moment in the life of a species. It is the moment where our technology outpaces our wisdom. We have the power to destroy the biosphere with nuclear weapons or engineered pathogens, but we do not yet have the wisdom to unite as a species to prevent it. We have the power to broadcast our location to the galaxy, but we do not have the wisdom to stay quiet. We have the power to build artificial intelligence, but we do not have the wisdom to align it with human values. The theories we have discussed, the dark forest, the great filter, the simulation, are not just abstract nightmares. They are the final exams for a civilization trying to graduate to the cosmic stage. Most civilizations fail this exam. That is why the sky is silent. They either blow themselves up, get eaten by the forest, or retreat into a virtual fantasy. We are currently sitting in the exam room, holding the pen, sweating. The clock is ticking. The grabby aliens are expanding. The entropy is increasing. The grey goo potential is rising. We have a choice to make. Option A. We continue business as usual. We fight over borders. We ignore the long-term risks. We shout into the dark. And we eventually become just another layer of sediment in the fossil record of a dead world. Option B. We wake up. We accept the terrifying reality of our position. We stop fighting each other and start fighting for our survival. We become quiet. We become smart. And we become multi-planetary. The silence of the universe is waiting to see which. We have spent this entire journey looking for external reasons for the silence. But in these final moments, we must confront the ultimate internal reason, which is the anthropic principle turned into a weapon. The anthropic principle states that we observe the universe to be the way it is, because if it were any different, we would not be here to observe it. Usually scientists use this idea to explain why the laws of physics seem fine-tuned for life, presenting it as a comforting coincidence. But in the context of the Fermi paradox, the anthropic principle transforms into a horrifying statistical filter known as observation selection effect. Think about the sheer number of traps we have identified. The expanding grabby aliens, the resource-starved estivators, the paranoid dark forest hunters, the accelerating cosmic prison, the inevitability of heat death, the rare earth geology, the great filter of biology, and the ontological instability of simulation theory. Any single one of these threats should have wiped us out. The probability of navigating this entire minefield without detonating a single mine is statistically indistinguishable from zero. So, why are we here? We are here because we are the survivors of the void. Imagine a lottery with 1 trillion participants where the losers are executed instantly. The one single winner, standing on top of a mountain of corpses, might look around and say, "Wow, I must be special. The universe must love me." But the universe does not love him. He is simply the necessary statistical anomaly. He is the one outcome that had to exist in order for the question, Why am I alive? To be asked. This realization strips away our sense of destiny and replaces it with a sense of vertigo. We are not the chosen children of a benevolent cosmos. We are the one lucky bacteria that slipped through the cracks to allow us to evolve. Just empty enough to hide us from predators, and just complex enough to let us understand how close we are to annihilation. The silence of the night sky is not a peaceful emptiness. It is the negative space left behind by all the civilizations that didn't make it. It is a graveyard that stretches for billions of light years, and we are the only grave robber foolish enough to stand up and wave a flashlight. The fact that you are conscious right now, able to comprehend these words, is the greatest statistical miracle in the history of thermodynamics, and it is a miracle that hangs by a thread. If we accept that we are survivors hiding in a hostile environment, then we must fundamentally change our strategy as a species. For the last century, our approach to the cosmos has been one of naive optimism. We have been like a lost child crying out for help, assuming that anyone who hears us will come to save us. But the dark forest theory and the berserker hypothesis dictate a new doctrine: strategic silence. We must stop viewing the emptiness of space as a problem to be solved and start viewing it as our greatest strategic asset. The vast distances between stars, which we usually complain about because they make colonization difficult, are actually the walls of our fortress. The speed of light limit, which frustrates our desire for instant travel, is the moat that prevents the alien empires from overwhelming us instantly. The silence is not loneliness, the silence is stealth. In a universe dominated by grabby aliens, expanding at near light speed, being small, quiet and unnoticed is the only survival strategy that works. We should not be broadcasting our location. We should be listening. We should be building better ears, not bigger mouths. We need to map the dark, identify the threats, and understand the terrain before we decide to step out of our cave. This does not mean we should give up on space travel. On the contrary, it means we must pursue it with urgency, but with discipline. We need to expand to Mars, to the moons of Jupiter, and eventually to nearby stars, not to make friends, but to create backups. If humanity stays on one planet, we are a single point of failure. One asteroid, one plague, or one bad AI alignment, and the game is over. But if we spread out, if we become a multi-planetary species that keeps its head down, we increase our redundancy. We need to become a quiet civilization that is robust enough to survive, rather than a loud civilization that invites destruction. The goal is not to conquer the galaxy. The goal is to survive the night. And in the dark forest, the only way to survive the night is to become a shadow. But survival is not enough. Merely hiding in the dark, terrified of the inevitable heat death, or the simulation shutdown, is a miserable existence. We need a philosophy that allows us to look into the abyss and not just endure it, but transcend it. This brings us back to the philosophy of absurdism and the concept of the cosmic giggle. If the universe is truly a trap, if we are doomed by entropy, hunted by aliens, and simulated by computers, then our situation is so hopeless that it loops back around to being funny. There is a profound liberation in realizing that the game is rigged. If you know you cannot win, you stop worrying about the score, and you start focusing on the style of your play. We are like the band playing on the deck of the Titanic. We know the ship is sinking. We know the water is cold. We know the rescue ships aren't coming. So what do? Do we scream? Do we jump? No. We play the best damn song we have ever played. We play it because the act of playing, in the face of certain death, is an act of ultimate defiance. Every time you laugh, every time you create art, every time you love someone, you are rebelling against the second law of thermodynamics. Entropy wants you to be cold, disorganized, and dead. By being warm, organized, and alive, you are spitting in the face of the universe. This is the optimistic nihilism we discussed earlier, but elevated to a spiritual practice. We are the universe experiencing itself, and even if that experience is brief, even if it is a hallucination in a Boltzmann brain, it is real to us. The fact that nothing matters objectively means that everything matters subjectively. The coffee you drink this morning is important not because it changes the fate of the galaxy, but because it tastes good to you, right now, in this fleeting moment of consciousness. We have the unique privilege of being the only part of the universe that gets to understand the joke. The cosmos is a vast, mindless machine grinding toward nothingness, and somehow, in the middle of that machine, a tiny spark of consciousness woke up, looked around, realized it was trapped, and decided to dance anyway. That is not a tragedy. That is a victory. So, what is the final verdict? Are we doomed? Probability says yes. The sheer number of threats, from vacuum decay to the Great Filter, suggests that our long-term survival is unlikely. But probability is not prophecy. We have beaten the odds before. We beat the odds of abiogenesis. We beat the odds of the mitochondria. We beat the odds of the ice ages. We are a species defined by our ability to do the impossible. And even if we eventually fail, even if the grabby aliens arrive or the simulation crashes, our existence will not have been in vain. We are the lighthouse of the void. For a brief moment in the deep time of the universe, there was light here. There was thought. There was feeling. We encoded the chaos of the cosmos into science, into music, into stories. We gave the universe a voice. If we are erased tomorrow, the fact that we existed today is a permanent mark on the timeline. Even in a block universe where time is an illusion, our coordinate of existence is eternal. We are the spark in the dark. And maybe, just maybe, we are not the only ones. Maybe the silence is not absolute. Maybe there are other lighthouses out there, hiding in their own caves, terrified and lonely, waiting for someone brave enough to signal, I am here. We might not be able to reach them. We might be separated by time and space and fear, but we share the same burden. We share the burden of consciousness in a dead universe, and that shared burden connects us more than any radio signal ever could. We are brothers and sisters in the struggle against the void. So, keep the light burning, not because it will save us, but because the darkness is absolute without it. We have reached the end of the spiral. We have looked at the face of God, and it turned out to be a false vacuum. We looked for friends, and found a dark forest. We looked inside, and found a Boltzmann brain. We looked at the future, and found the heat death. You have now been exposed to the info hazard. By watching this video, you have uploaded the logic of the trap into your mind. You now understand why the sky is quiet. You understand the fragility of your own existence. You understand that your safety is a statistical lie. This knowledge cannot be unlearned. From this moment on, when you look up at the night sky, you will not see a peaceful canvas of stars. You will see the camouflage. You will see the hiding places. You will see the expanding walls of the prison. You are now a participant in the experiment. If the simulation monitors those who know the truth, then you are now on the watch list. If the universe deletes the observers who break the fourth wall, then you are now standing on the edge of the stage. But do not be afraid. Fear is the reaction of an animal. You are not an animal. You are a conscious observer. Take this dread, take this existential vertigo, and use it. Use it to wake up. Use it to appreciate the impossible miracle of the ground beneath your feet. Use it to forgive the petty annoyances of your daily life, because in the face of the heat death, traffic jams do not matter. You are the anomaly. You are the glitch. You are the universe waking up from a long, dark dream. So, go out there. Live your life. Build your legacy. Defy the silence. But do me one favor. Don't blink. Because in a universe this unstable, the moment you close your eyes might be the moment the simulation decides to save memory. Good luck. End transmission.